Alright, and hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome to one of these said topic related videos. If you did miss out during the last one, I did go and talk to you guys about the top 10 favorable Nintendo Switch games, but now we're going to be going into one of my most favorable handhelds that I've enjoyed that Nintendo has made, and that of course is going to be with the Game Boy Advance. Now, if you guys do know, the NSO for the Nintendo Switch Online does have the GBA feature, and I've been thinking about probably dabbling into that at some point and seeing what the type of games are somewhat like now within that type of style compared to just how the physical copies are. But anyways, I do actually have my favorite top 10 games that I've been enjoying throughout my childhood, because back in the day when I was young, you know, I got to play a lot of Pokemon with all my friends, Four Swords Adventures, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and also as well with the different Pokemon related content throughout that time. And that was really fun getting to use the wireless receiver and all that stuff back in like the Fire Red and also with Leaf Green days. So that's all great, but let's start off with the number 10 spot first, and that is going to be a tiebreaker between with Drill Dozer and Yoshi Topsy Turvy. Now I'm going to start off with Drill Dozer here first, because let me just tell you that with Drill Dozer you do get the Rumble Pack feature, which I really did enjoy that, and being able to drill through like certain parts and having like the Rumble feature come across within the Game Boy Advance was actually somewhat really cool. And if you guys don't know, this was actually a game that Game Freak actually did make throughout the time that the Pokemon related stuff was going on within Generation 3, and they wanted to try out something unique, and I wish that they could bring back the Drill Dozer franchise. I know that they kind of went and did it here and there with the Super Smash Brothers games, but I want to at least hopefully for them to at least somewhat make like a remaster for that game, or even a sequel for that matter as well too. Now, we also do have, of course, with Yoshi Topsy Turvy. This is also a very unique game for the GBA as well, because this also does have the tilt control functions. And I don't know if this game has ever made it to the NSO or not, but it would be somewhat pretty cool to go and see like yourself using like a Joy-Con or something like that to kind of move around for what Yoshi actually does have to do all of his things there on that game. But let me just say that if you never want to play through Yoshi Topsy Turvy, great type of game for said Yoshi game on there. But with all that being said in mind, let's go into the thing that I was going to talk to you guys originally about before with the Pokemon related content. Well, this is going to be for number 9, and that is, well, I do have a whole slew of Pokemon stuff. We got Generation 3 here with the main games, and then we also can't forget about the very first beginning of the remakes as well. And let me just say that, oh boy, with these games right here, there was so many amount of content back in the day. If you guys don't know, there was these type of time events back then where you were able to get like certain type of mystery event codes and whatnot. You were able to get like a Mew type of event where you were able to do something like that. And I think it was like in Pokemon Emerald or even in Fire Red and Leaf Green. That was really cool. You got to go and do the Eon ticket, which I remember doing, which that was really cool because you were able to have like all these like special type of cards. If you guys don't know, there was like these things known as like e-reader cards, which I'm pretty sure that you had to use those in some sort of functionality to at least go and do these type of said like events and whatnot. So very interesting stuff there. I don't really have an e-reader, but well, not anymore, like for what I have here within the video, because that's already been long gone with. But like doing all of those was like really cool, and doing also with the Deoxys one as well. There's like so much type of content within like the post game afterwards that you can go and do, but that's another topic for another different day. But for right now, we're going to go and move right into our way of what the number 8 spot is going to be. And this is actually going to be a Final Fantasy game, and that is going to be with Final Fantasy The Dawn of Souls. And let me tell you that this is a perfect type of remaster right here for what the original 2 games were all about. And this actually does have post-game content. I don't know if the PSP one does, but I know that there is a certain segment that happens after once you're done with the game, is that you can actually go to this special type of island or something somewhere, and you can actually battle out with all the different fiends that you originally went and battled from before, and you can actually go and rebattle them, but in a much more crazier type of level, and they're a little bit more stronger than what they were originally before, which they make it more of a problem than it needs to be. But I've never personally tried out the said type of second boosted up type of fiend battles, but you guys can let me know about on that. But then also too, one game that I did go and talk to you guys about as well, which that of course is going to be with Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Now let me just say that this is a really fun game to go and play with your friends and have like a multi-cable and whatnot. Originally before, I know that me and my friend Kevin, we originally tried to do a series on this with the Game Boy Player, was very annoying to get it all set it up, but it didn't really turn out as well as it needed to be. But either way, if you just go and have like just regular old fun with some Game Boy Advances and have your friends out here for it, it's really cool. You're able to like call up on certain different members of your team with like some sort of like little cell phone with Kirby, and he'll just go and kind of just like just do like random stuff. It's like so cool. There's like so much stuff to go and talk about within Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, but yeah, I'll just leave it off on that. Next up is we actually do have with Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the first of many of the Mario and Luigi games. And let me just say that this game is so much fun. I absolutely enjoyed it. Even the remake as well on the 3DS was even perfect as well too, even though that game didn't really get a lot of reception, and it was kind of like the ending point of the Alpha Dream type of team that was around there within the 3DS until Mario and Luigi Brothership actually did come around the corner, but I believe it's done by a different type of team other than Alpha Dream, since they were already bankrupt at that point afterwards. But I do have to say is that Superstar Saga, great game on the GBA, and it was actually a hybrid game as well too. Even though that mainly most people want to call this as a handheld, this is also a console game as well too, because you can also attach this to the GameCube and you can actually play it off from there. So pretty interesting type of game right there if you do want to try it out in console version. But that kind of leaves it all off there for that first half of what we have went through within the number 6 spot. So now what we're going to do is actually jump into the top 5 now, and this is where things are going to get pretty gnarly. So let me just go and grab the games right here and let us go and finally start off on what we have. Alright, so coming up here, I believe we actually do have the Mario Advance series, and this is what I have right here. And if you guys have never went and played through the Super Mario Advance series, there is tons of like different things that you can go and do. Like for example, you do have with Super Mario World Advance 2, which you can actually play through Super Mario World if you wanted to. You actually do have the Super Mario Advance 1 series, which you actually do play Super Mario Bros. Advance 2, Super Mario 2 for the NES. Kind of getting myself a little bit flustered there. And then you also do have Super Mario Advance 3, which then you can also go and play through the Mario Brothers 3 series, which I do have to say this one is a pretty cool version, and I do enjoy this one a lot. And then lastly, I think we do have one more other one that was here, but I think it dropped in my pocket somewhere. Okay, here we are. Yoshi Island Advance 3. There it is. Yoshi Island Advance 3 is actually really fun. I personally enjoyed this a whole heck of a lot, and I have to say, like, playing through it in this type of port, other than on the SNES, is really cool. I think there's also extra mini-game content, I think, on that as well, so pretty fun. Alright, so now, since that was number 5, let's go into our number 4 spot. So I'm not going to go and do those games just yet, but we're going to go into the number 4 spot, and that is with Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. And if you never went and played through Aria of Sorrow from before, or even through the Castlevania Advance series, absolutely fun games. I believe Circle of Moon is also a part of the GBA trilogy as well. And if you never went and actually played these from the original GBA lot, there is a Switch version of the HD remasters on there. So if you want to go and try it out on the Switch, I do highly recommend it. Aria of Sorrow, one of the best from the actual set trilogy from those games. So absolutely enjoyed it. And then as well, we're going to go and move right into the number 3 spot. So that is now going to be with the Zelda series that came from the GBA. So we got ourselves with Minish Cap, and then we also can't forget that we also do have Four Swords Adventures with the added addition of with Link to the Past as well. And this was actually one of the many type of rarities that you would actually get to see a double type of game cartridge slot within here, because you would actually be able to have Four Swords attached with Links to the Past, and if you wanted to go and play the ported version on your GBA, that would be really cool, and I really did enjoy it. This was my very first experience ever going through Link to the Past before, so that was my first introduction to that game. Never actually played it on the SNES before, but very much enjoyed with everything from there. And then also can't forget that with everything of Minish Cap, you know, this was one of the Toon Link games, and you were able to go and become like a smaller Link and meet up with the different like other said Minish that was around within the game. Really enjoyed everything about it. I have been thinking about doing a randomizer for this game at some point down the road, so that'll be really exciting and really fun. Also, the different type of, I want to say the items or the inventory equipment that you get, really cool as well too within the game. Alright, so now we get to go and move into the second of the, well, from the actual set top 10 here. So this is number 2, and I'm going to go and choose Metroid Fusion. Now, this game is absolutely fun. I did enjoy a lot of this. Going through that whole, I think, what's the boss's name? I think it's like SAXX or something like that. That weird mutation creature of like what like Samus was all about. That one was crazy. I remember there was like a part of that level where you had to like do some sort of like Metal Gear Solid type of stuff just to make sure that you don't get yourself spotted. I got myself like spotted by that guy way too many times. But I do enjoy that a lot. I love the fact is that I think in Metroid Prime, I think you can actually do something special within that game where you're able to kind of attach the two games together, and you're able to get, I think, like the outfit or something for Samus in Metroid Prime. I can't really remember if that's exactly how that works, but somebody can let me know on that. But if you never played through Metroid Fusion, I do recommend it on the NSO because I believe that game is actually for it there as well. Now, lastly, oh man, this is going to be a game that I'm going to have to say is, I wish that this game was already made like in North America for like everybody to go and literally have. But if you never played this game so far, I highly recommend that you guys go and play Mother 3. This game is so much fun, and it's too bad that this never really made it over here to the North American side. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's just because of translation errors or something like that, or just localization within the game or something like that. But, like, this game is so cool. I've literally played this on my channel and beaten it and got to go through all the different type of storylines within the game. Like, just the different type of characters that you go and play through and get to see, like, their type of stories, not just only with Lucas, but you could also go and like have like this type of monkey friend with you, and there's also like some other characters as well too. Like I forget what her name is. I don't know if her name is like Kumari or something like that. I know that she's like the red-haired girl of the game, and she's also pretty cool as well. And then you also have like your dog. I believe that's also a part of the team too. Which everything within that game is so much fun. And then heading to like Newport City as well, and seeing those crazy type of chimeras and whatnot in that place. But anyways, I'm gonna go and end that off here. Those are what my top 10 of my favorite GBA games are all about. I could have made it a little bit longer, but I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for going and stopping by here for what this whole topic related video is all about. And if you guys do enjoy more of these, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. And of course, peace.